Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you guys how I go about my day-to-day makeup, and guess what, it is very beginners friendly, so please continue watching. So the first thing I would like to do is, anyone else does it before starting off their makeup, it is cleaning up my face. So any dirt or germs or anything in your face is gonna get wiped off with this. So I clean my face thoroughly. Clean. So after cleaning the face, the next thing you're going to do is take your primer, any primer you have. I have this Stay Matte primer and it has been the best so far I've ever tried. I love this primer so much. So then applying your primer to your face. Yeah, massage it properly so it could sink inside your skin. Then your forehead. Basically you apply primer, more primer to places where you know you sweat most. So your forehead, your nose, and probably your cheeks, your chin. Yeah. So after that, the next thing you're about to do is take your brows pencil. If your brows is your first thing to do, because basically people have different method of doing their makeup, but I prefer applying my foundation first. So taking my foundation, I use this baby face foundation. It is very lovely. It is so lovely. I use it in the medium shade. It is so lovely for me. It is very matte for my skin. I love it so much. So taking that, I take my foundation brush and use it to apply it. Gives me a very matte finish. So after successfully applying your foundation, the next thing that comes to your mind is applying your highlight. So these are the two Elite Pro conceals that I use for my highlight, and this is my brush for applying it. So now this is basically how your face is going to look like after adding your highlight. So the next step to take is applying your contour. For me, basically, when doing my everyday, my normal makeup, I really don't prefer using the liquid or the stick contour. I just prefer, after finishing up everything, like before my end product, I just basically add the powder contour, because I feel I'm actually having the long face already. So this is what I do. Then after this, I blend up my highlight. then apply my setting powder and go on with the process. So this is the final product after blending up my highlight and plus my foundation. So the next thing on your to-do list will definitely be adding your setting powder. So this is the setting powder I use, Sasha, and this is a very little beauty puff I use in applying it. So basically, after applying your setting powder, you let the setting powder settle into your skin before actually blending everything together. So after this, the next thing I go forward to is making my brows, and I actually sometimes I just make my brows with pencils because I feel my brows is well carved also, and just forget about applying my concealer. But other times I just feel to define the brows properly, so I add my concealer. So when making your brows, the first thing you want to do is brushing up your eyebrows, the hair, so it's going to be well defined, brushing them up. So next you take your pencil. I use this Beauty Line by Didi. This is the pencil I use, and it's been so amazing. So you make the front part of your brows very light and thin, then going backward. So this is it. The reason I make the front of my eyebrows very thin is I want it as natural as possible. So I'm going to be drawing the second part of the brows, and in this video I won't be adding concealer to define my brows because I'm just doing a very nude natural makeup for everything. So I'm going about the second. So this is it. This is a very light brown without concealer. So I prefer drawing my brows without concealer at times, so it is very natural as possible. Since it is a very light makeup, I won't spend much time during doing my shadow. I won't engage much time doing my shadow. And this is the palette I love using. This is it. This Zulu by Julia. It is very nice. It is so nice. I love it. And this is how it is at the inside. So I like to use this shade, this brown and this orange shade. I'm going to be mixing them together, so it's going to give me a brownish orange kind of look. So after doing this, you can as well just add a little bit of shiny shadow on it, so it won't just look plain. So I would like to use this shade also, just little on it. So I'm still going to be using the same brush just to add little shiny shadow on it. So and that is done. This is how it looks like. So after successfully applying your shadow, the next thing is your eyeliner, and this is the eyeliner I use. This is the eyeliner I use plus the brush. I love the eyeliner. It's so nice and so thick. So after your liner, you might as well want to add a little bit of shadow under your eyelid. So I'm going to just use the brownish shade I used for my shadow under my eyelid. So it's just gonna give it a little bit of colorful. Yeah. So the next thing you want to do is blending your setting powder, because as it is, it has sinked into your skin and it's going to give you what you actually want. And so then the next thing is applying your powder. So this is the powder palette I use. It is the Flawless palette powder. So I use the powder in these two shades. So I'll be applying my powder. applying it all over, plus where I added my setting powder everywhere to blend everything up. So apply it to your forehead, your nose, everywhere. So done. So now the next thing is applying my contour. I also apply my contour with my powder palette in this dark shade, like literally the darkest shade in the powder palette. Yeah. And I apply it around my forehead. So now the next thing is applying my blush. What I like about blush is it gives, this is my blush, it gives your makeup, it actually gives your makeup like the light, the vibe. It actually gives your makeup the vibe. So this is the brush I use. So I take my powder brush to just blend in the blush I just added and the contour together. So lastly, I add my bronzer, also known as highlight. This is the bronzer I use. Also very, very lovely. So this is the brush I use for it. This is it. Then I apply it to my cheekbone. My chin, my forehead, and lastly my nose. The next thing I'm going to go about is my lip. I'm not going to pay more attention to my lip. I'm just going to line my lips with a pencil and then add a lip gloss. That's it for my everyday look. I'm just going to be adding my lip gloss. This is how my everyday makeup looks like after adding my bronzer. Then lastly, before I forget, I'm going to be using my mascara. This is the mascara I use, and I'm going to be applying it right on my lash because I won't be using eyelash. So, end product. So technically, this is how my everyday makeup should look like. So if any one of you catches me on my everyday look, this is how I should look like. Don't get me wrong, you can definitely be saucy at times, you can advance on your makeup, but it should always, your everyday makeup should always look as simple as and as natural as possible. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, there's always room to subscribe, like, and also comment on my page. So till next time,